What is consciousness? Is it merely the result of brain activity, or is it something beyond physical matter? For centuries, this question has fascinated philosophers, scientists, and seekers of truth. In modern neuroscience, consciousness is often seen as an emergent property of the brain. Meanwhile, Vedic traditions describe consciousness as the fundamental reality, beyond the mind and body. In this episode of Indian Knowledge System in Physical Sciences, an initiative by Physical Sciences Consultorium, we explore both perspectives, bridging ancient wisdom with modern science. Let's embark on this journey to understand the nature of consciousness. In the Vedic tradition, consciousness is not just a function of the brain, it is the very essence of existence. The Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and other ancient texts describe Atman, the individual self, as being one with Brahman, the ultimate reality. This perspective suggests that consciousness is not something generated by the brain, but rather the fundamental nature of all existence. According to this view, the physical world and mental activity are transient, while consciousness itself is eternal and unchanging. Vedic thought further elaborates on the structure of the mind, dividing it into different faculties that shape human perception. Chitta is the storehouse of impressions and memories, where past experiences are preserved. Manas functions as the sensory mind, processing external stimuli and coordinating basic thoughts. Buddhi represents the intellect, responsible for analysis, reasoning, and decision-making. Finally, Ahamkara, or the ego, constructs the sense of individuality and personal identity. While these faculties contribute to cognition, they are considered distinct from pure consciousness, which transcends them. One of the most profound ideas in Vedic philosophy is the concept of Turiya, often described as the fourth state of consciousness. While human experience is typically divided into waking, dreaming, and deep sleep states, Turiya exists beyond these. It is pure awareness, untouched by mental fluctuations. This state is emphasized in Advaita Vedanta as the realization of absolute reality, where the illusion of separation between self and universe dissolves. Yogic and meditative traditions aim to help individuals experience Turiya, unlocking a deeper understanding of the self and the universe. These insights suggest that consciousness is not confined to brain activity but is instead the foundation upon which all experiences arise. In contrast, neuroscience approaches consciousness as an emergent property of the brain. Modern research focuses on the neural correlates of consciousness, specific patterns of brain activity linked to awareness. One leading theory is the integrated information theory, IIT, which suggests that consciousness arises from the brain's ability to integrate information. The more interconnected and complex a system is, the higher its level of consciousness. Another influential theory is the Global Workspace Theory, GWT, which describes consciousness as a global information sharing system in the brain, where different neural networks work together to create awareness. Research has identified key brain regions involved in consciousness, including the prefrontal cortex, which governs decision-making and self-awareness, and the thalamus, which acts as a relay station for sensory information. Additionally, studies on meditation have shown that practices rooted in the Indian tradition, such as mindfulness and deep focus, can alter brain activity, increasing connectivity between neural networks and even restructuring brain pathways. Despite their differences, Vedic thought and neuroscience share intriguing parallels. The concept of Turiya, described as a state of pure awareness beyond the mind, has been compared to the gamma-wave state observed in deep meditation. Scientific studies show that experienced meditators exhibit altered brainwave activity, suggesting a shift in conscious perception. Similarly, the Vedic idea of Atman Brahman as the universal field of consciousness resonates with modern physics, where some researchers speculate about the existence of a fundamental consciousness field underlying reality. While neuroscience explains how brain activity correlates with consciousness, it has yet to explain why we have subjective experiences, A question sometimes called the hard problem of consciousness. Could it be that the Vedic sages, through deep meditation and introspection, arrived at truths that modern science is only beginning to explore? Or are these just different ways of interpreting the same phenomenon? The study of consciousness remains one of the greatest mysteries of our time. While neuroscience has made remarkable progress in mapping brain functions, it has yet to fully explain the nature of subjective experience. Vedic philosophy, on the other hand, offers a perspective where consciousness is not a product of the brain but the foundation of all existence. Perhaps the answer lies in integrating both views, using science to explore the mechanisms of the mind while embracing the wisdom of ancient traditions to understand the deeper nature of awareness. Thank you for watching this episode of Indian Knowledge System in Physical Sciences, brought to you by Physical Sciences Consultorium. If you're interested in learning more or collaborating with us, feel free to reach out at psconsultorium@gmail.com. Stay curious, and keep exploring the mysteries of consciousness.